Hare Krishna. Hello everyone, this is Bhanupriya. In this video, we are going to discuss definite integral using limit definition. So before going to the problem, let me define the definition for limit. Given a function f of x that is continuous on the interval ab, we divide the interval into n subintervals of equal width del x, and from each interval choose a point ci. Then the definite integral of f of x from a to b is given by this. So this is the definition of definite integral using limit definition. So here del x is b minus a by n. B is upper limit, a is lower limit, n is the subinterval, and a and b are closed interval, and ci is a plus I delta x. So using this limit definition for definite integral, we are going to evaluate this. So before using the limit definition, let me integrate this with ordinary differentiation integration, that is integration of x is x squared by 2, whose upper limit is 3 and the lower limit is minus 2, which is upper limit. When I substitute 3 for x, we get 9. 9 by 2 minus 2 the whole square is 4. 4 by 2, which is 5 by 2. So we are going to derive 5 by 2. That is, we are going to evaluate this definite integral using limit definition, but the solution we must derive at 5 by 2. So let me use this definition. So in this problem, minus 2 to 3 x dx, we have b is 3 and a is minus 2. And what is delta x? Delta x is b minus a by n. So 3 minus of minus 2, which is plus 2 by n. So delta x is 5 by n. And now ci is a plus I delta x. So a is your minus 2, the lower limit, plus I times delta x we have calculated, which is 5 by n. This is our ci. And we also have f of ci. In this problem, our f of x is nothing but the integrand, which is x. So now we calculate what is f of ci. F of x is x. This is identity function. So f of ci is also ci. Therefore, f of ci is nothing but we have calculated minus 2 plus I 5 by n. So with all these information, we calculate integral minus 2 to 3 x dx. So minus 2 to 3 x dx, I am going to use the limit definition for definite integral, which is limit n tends to infinity summation I equal to 1 to n f of ci. We have calculated f of ci as minus 2 plus I 5 by n into delta x. Delta x also we got 5 by n. F of ci is minus 2 plus I 5 by n and delta x is 5 by n. Now 5 by n is independent of I. The summation varies. I vary from 1 to n. So 5 by n is independent of n. We can take outside from the summation. So n tends to infinity. 5 by n can be taken outside from the summation. Now summation I equal to 1 to n minus 2 plus I 5 by n. Again, let us simplify this. 5 by n. Summation is distributive, so that I can take minus 2 outside. So minus 2 is nothing but minus 2 into 1. So summation 1. I varies from 1 to n. And from here also I can take 5 by n, which is independent of I. 5 by n I can take outside. Summation I vary from 1 to n. Now limit n tends to infinity 5 by n. We have minus 2. Summation 1 n times. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. If I add 1 4 times, we get 4. Here I am adding 1 n times, so which is n. And 5 by n. Summation I, this is sum. I vary from 1 to n. So this is sum of n natural numbers whose formula is n into n plus 1 by 2. Now let us bring this 5 by n inside. which is minus 10 into n by n, and 5 into 5, which is 25, n into n square. From here I can take n outside from the bracket. So when I take n, I get n square. So taking n is nothing but dividing n, which is 1 plus 1 by n divided by 2. So limit n tends to infinity, we can cancel n square. So now we have minus 10 plus 25 by 2 into 1 plus 1 by n. Now we apply the limit. As n tend to infinity, 1 by infinity will be 0. 0 plus 1 is 1 again. So this is simply 25 by 2. So when we apply the limit, we get minus 10 plus 25 by 2. After taking LCM, we get 5 by 2. That is our required answer for minus 2 to 3 x dx using limit definition for definite integral. Now we discuss another problem. In this problem, our lower limit is 3 and the upper limit is 4. So b is 4 and our f of x is nothing but 4x square. So that we find del x. Del x is b minus a by n. So that 4 minus 3 by n, which is 1 by n. And our ci is nothing but a plus I into del x. So which is a value is 3 plus I into 1 by n. This is our ci. And we know f of x is 4x square. So we calculate what is f of ci. So f of x is 4x square. We need f of ci. So in the place of x we put ci. So 4 into ci square. But we calculated ci as 3 plus I by n. So ci square is nothing but 3 plus I by n the whole square. Apply the a plus b the whole square formula, which is 9 plus I square by n, a square plus b square plus 2 times ab, which is 6I by n. This is our f of ci. Now we use the limit definition for definite integral. So that 3 to 4, 4x square dx is limit n tends to infinity, summation I vary from 1 to n, f of ci into del x. So this is f of ci value is 4. If you want, you can multiply 4 or else you can even keep 4 outside. And del x is 1 by n. So 4 by n we have, or 4 into this f of ci is 9 plus I square by n square plus 6I by n. Del x value is 1 by n. I have written 1 by n here. Again, n is 4 by n is independent of I. You can take 4 by outside from the summation. So limit n tends to infinity, 4 by n, summation I equal to 1 to n. And at the simultaneously we can even bring summation inside, that is summation being a distributive. So summation n plus summation I square by n square plus summation 6I by n. Here limit n tends to infinity, 4 by n. Again here 9 can be taken outside. 9 is nothing but 9 into 1. So 9 can be taken outside. Summation 1, which is this is similar to the previous case. Summation 1 is nothing but n, because we are adding n times, plus I square by n square. N square you can take outside. Summation I square. We all know summation I square, I varies from 1 to n. This is nothing but sum of squares of n natural number. That is summation I square, I vary from 1 to n. Here 6 by n can be taken outside and we have summation I. So this is sum of n natural number. This is sum of squares of, because I takes value 1 to n. So 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square etc. up to n square. Here I varies from 1 to n. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, this is sum of n natural number. This is sum of squares of n numbers. So whose formula is given by, this is 9n and here we have 1 by n square. Sum of this formula is nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6 is the formula for sum of squares of n natural number, and 6 by n, this is sum of natural number n into n plus 1 by 2. Now 4 into 9, 36. Here we have n and denominator we have n, and 4 into 1, which is 4, n into n, n cube. We have 6 also here, and from each term let me take n outside. Already we have n. From here let me take 1 n. From here also let me take 1 n, so that I get n cube. So when I take n from here, I get 1 plus 1 by n. And from here if I take, which is 2 plus 1 by n. Similarly, we have 2n in the denominator. I am taking this 4 is, and we have 1n. So this is n square. From this bracket let me take n outside, so that n square into 1 plus 1 by n. So which is always convenient to take n outside, because once we have 1 by n, after applying the limit 1 by n, 1 by infinity will be 0. So it is always better to take n outside. Here we can cancel n cube and n and n. Now we apply the limit. So this side simply we have 36 in the first term, and in the second term we have 4 by 6, n cube getting cancelled, 1 by infinity, which is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 by infinity 0, 0 plus 2 is 2, 2 into 4 we have here 1, 2. And similarly 6 into 4 by 2, here also 1 plus 0 is 1. So after cancelling we get 36 plus 4 by 3 plus 12. 3 is the LCM. Thus we have 148. After taking LCM we have 148 by 3. We can even verify this by ordinary integration. So we have, what we have is 3 to 4, 4x square dx. Now we have completed this integration using limit definition. So as usual, integration 4x square whose integration is 4x cube by 3, and the upper limit is 4 and the lower limit is 3. 4 by 3 can be taken outside. Upper limit, when I substitute 4 for x, I get 64 minus x3 cube, that is 27. So which is 4 by 3 into 37. So this is nothing but 148 by 3. So thus we derive at 148 by 3. This is using limit definition for definite integral. Thank you.